everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm very glad if this is your first time here. I'm just now starting off the channel, so I've only got one other video. I want to discuss some things first. One is I'm a minimalist light, which means I don't have 33 items or less of clothing. Well, I might, but I haven't counted. So if I got rid of my yoga pants that I don't want because they don't have pockets, I would be able to fit into those 33 items. Well, not fit in those 33 items, but you know what I mean. 33 items or less of clothing, not including undies, bras, pajamas, that kind of stuff. So, but I do consider myself a minimalist light. If I think that it's going to bring value to my life, I do purchase it if I have the budget for it. But most of the time, I don't see that I have the budget for it. So sometimes it's tempting to order something, but before I think about it, I might order it, but then within 5 or 10 minutes, I delete it. And I'm like, I don't want to spend my money on that. Or sometimes I'll just leave it in the cart and then I don't purchase it. So the things that are priority are to pay my household bills, my stuff to do with my car, so insurance, my car, and then my insurance for my house and my car, and then food, dog food, and I'm almost thinking that dog food comes before food. Any vet bills, gas, medications. I am 55 years old and I am on some medications, and I have my internet and my phone. So that pretty much, unless a vet bill comes in, and I hardly ever have any medical costs, but if there is that, then of course I budget that in. If there's vet costs, I budget that in. But this video is to go over things that I don't do or I don't have as a minimalist light or being frugal, because I try to be as frugal as possible. It does hurt when the electric bill comes in because I don't think I have much insulation in this house. I've been here for 2 years and I don't think there's much insulation because I have, for a 1,300 and something square foot house, I don't think that I think my electric bill is just way too high. So, or maybe it's that I wash clothes too often, or I run my dishwasher too often. I'm not sure, but for some reason my electric bill is always high. So I think it's going to be low, and it's in the 200s. I've had, in the dead of winter, I've had a 400 and something bill. My electric bill sometimes is my highest bill. So I've got to figure that out. Either blow some some insulation into the walls in the crawl space up top. I don't really have an attic, but there's ductwork, so I'm assuming that they could go to either end of the house and blow insulation in. I'm not sure. They might have to poke holes in the roof. I don't know, but somehow, some way, eventually I'm going to have to insulate this house. So this video is things that I don't do as a minimalist light or somebody that's frugal. Number one is that I don't have any paid subscription TV services. So I used to pay for YouTube so that I didn't have to go through all of the commercials or ads or whatever, but now I don't pay for that. I do not pay for cable. I do not pay for, say, YouTube TV. I don't pay for Amazon Prime. So I don't get Prime Video. I I don't pay for anything, and no Netflix, no anything to do with the TV. I don't pay it. I just use the free stuff. I also do not have any social media on my phone. Now, social media meaning any of the social media apps besides Messenger, because some people, that's how I text back and forth versus regular text on the phone. Number 3 is I don't go into our grocery store. So I live in a small town. It's like 2,500 people in town, and we only have one grocery store in town, not including things like Dollar General or Family Dollar, but one grocery store. I don't go into it. I have the app. I don't pay for it, nothing, but they bring it out. I order it. I'm able to look at all of the circular ads, and I can clip the coupons from the app and everything. And now these are going to be store coupons, like that specific store coupons, and I purchase my groceries, and I select a time that I'm going to be there, and then they bring it out to my car. If I do it first thing in the morning or the evening before, I can pick it up like at 7 o'clock in the morning. Otherwise, it can vary on time. Sometimes I don't order till 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm picking it up by 3. It just depends. It depends on how many orders they have, and it depends on what time I want to get out. So my next one is I do not buy anything through Amazon. Yes, I do get on the Amazon website. I do. If I do really want something, I will compare pricing between Walmart and Amazon. But most of the time, Walmart beats. However, I try my best not to purchase anything. Not from Amazon. And if I need coffee or something like that, I go to Walmart. There's some things that I have to travel to the next town over that's a bigger town. Well, there's two in different directions to the same stores. This morning I went all over the place. I wasted a lot of gas because I needed pup food for the puppies, and one store didn't have it, and so I had to drive like 25 miles from that point to the other place and get it at the other place. So, and I did check to see if they had it, and they had it, but when I got there, they didn't have it. So, who knows? Anyway, I do not subscribe to any kind of delivery boxes, whether it's food, deodorant. Like, yes, I have tried that wild deodorant, and I think that Secret or Dove works just as well. It's about the same price or a little bit cheaper. Again, deodorant is something that I do need to travel. Like, these are toiletries or household items, toiletries, deodorant, toothpaste, that kind of stuff. I don't buy at the grocery store here because it's the prices are going to be way jacked up. It's a grocery store. It's not like a Walmart. So I don't get dog boxes, anything like that. The dog boxes that I need, because I have 2 lab pups, they need to be Kong toys, and these boxes like Bark Box and stuff like that, they just look like that they don't have toys designed for a heavy chewer. And even if they did, I think that it's a waste of money to get a box every month. I'm not going to do it. That's me. I don't think that everyone shouldn't subscribe. These are usually small businesses, and I think that you should support small businesses if you have the funds to do so, or you want to do so. I don't have the funds to do so, nor do I want to have the funds to do so. Well, I'd like to have the funds, but if I had the funds, I wouldn't be spending it on these subscription boxes. I do not buy makeup. I haven't bought makeup in probably almost a year. And when I do buy makeup, yes, I'm wearing a little bit of makeup today so I don't look so washed out. But all my makeup has come from Dollar Tree. I don't spend that much money. I don't care. I'm not going to have it on my face that long. So I'm just not going to spend the money on it. Dollar Tree it is. And I need some lip gloss, some blush, some base, some eyeshadow, and some mascara. That's all I need. And I can do it and use the same colors every time and be done with it. Number 7 is I do not pay full price for DVDs. Yes, DVDs come in handy. I love DVDs, but I will not pay full price for them. In my town, there's a lot of thrifting going on. If I go to the bigger city, it's not a city, it's really out in the country still, but it's bigger. They have a Goodwill, so I can get DVDs there. However, at the Goodwill, I'm going to pay $2 or $3 per DVD. And if I go to a thrift store that's down the highway from me, which is a small highway, then I can get the DVDs for $1. So I like to go pick up DVDs, but I don't have a huge collection or anything like that. If I get tired of watching them, then I donate them. I get them out. I don't want to manage that inventory. I get it out of the house, and I just get more DVDs. But I don't spend a lot of money doing that stuff. Number 8 is I don't go shopping unless I have a specific item in mind. So I don't go to the grocery store to walk around to see what I might want to cook. I don't go to a shoe store unless I have a specific need for a specific shoe that I'm wanting. I recently had to buy shoes. I bought a Velcro pair of shoes, but they're wides. I decided I needed a wide. I had been measured and I knew I needed a wide, but I didn't want to give up the shoes that I was wearing. Well, I ended up getting a sore on my toe. Decided I really needed a wide, so I did invest in some shoes that nurses tend to buy. But I didn't go out just shoe shopping, glancing around, this, that, and the other. I went specifically to buy this specific shoe or this specific kind of shoe, something that nurses would wear, because I do have hard floors. I don't have carpet. And I'm on my feet a lot. So that's why I chose. Okay. I do not work on Sundays. Yes, it is Sunday, but right now I do not consider this work. I am not going to edit the video today, so you're not even going to see it till tomorrow or Tuesday. And I really don't like to work on Sundays. I like to take a day off. I would like to find a church, but that hasn't happened yet. Being that I'm a widow, it's kind of hard for me to sit on a pew and my husband not be with me. But sometime I'm going to have to try again because I miss the fellowship. Number 10 is I don't have a lot of clutter. So I don't have much on my walls. I finally decorated my bedroom walls, but I haven't decorated any of the other walls in my house. I would like to, but I just haven't. If I don't use it, if I feel like I haven't used something in a while, I get rid of it. So I don't have a lot of clutter. I would say my most cluttering items are books of some sort, that kind of stuff, like highlighters, stuff like that, like books and highlighters and calendars, that kind of stuff. But I try not to hang on to things. I try to buy used save the difference, and then when I'm through with the item, either throw it away or donate it. I would throw away a calendar, but I would donate a book. There are a lot of thrift stores that would love to have used books, and so I drop them off. Or down in downtown, which is just a little square, there is a little place that you can open the little door and put in a book, and you can take another book and close the door, and it's just in the little shopping area. It's you kind of trade books, or you just get a book, and then when you get finished with it, take it back. We don't have a library. We do have a county library, but it's not that close. Number 11 is I don't buy coffee out. I do have a coffee maker that takes pods. I don't use it that often because I refuse to pay for decaf pods because they are so expensive. Pods are so expensive, so I try not to use it. But so I have just regular coffee, and I have a problem in the fact that I drink too much coffee and it causes some issues. So I can only drink decaf coffee if I'm going to drink a lot of it, and I make a pot, and then I only like iced coffee, so I put it in the refrigerator. Anyway, I love the iced coffee at Starbucks, but I can make it and it tastes exactly the same. And I'm not using their coffee, their coffee brand or anything. I'm using Folgers or Community or whatever, and I can make it taste exactly the same. Number 12 is I don't eat out. I do not eat out at fast food, and if I go to a sit-down restaurant, it's not on my dime. Yes, I do date. I date a specific guy. I've been dating him for a long while now, and it's on his dime, not mine. Otherwise, we're not going out. If we need to eat here, then I will go to the grocery store before he comes. If he's coming for that Saturday night or whatever, I will go to the grocery store and purchase a few things. Number 13, I don't wake up later than 5 a.m. except on Sundays. I have joined the 5 a.m. club, and I go to bed early and I rise early. And this allows me to get a lot of things done first thing in the morning, and it allows me to spend time with God and take care of my pups. They like to eat. They know I'm going to rise at 5 a.m. So by 5:15, they're waking me up. I've got this one pup. It's a Chihuahua, and she's my alarm clock. She just starts going off every morning. She's not going to let me sleep in because she's hungry and she needs to go outside. So and I have 5 pups. I have Coley. She's probably 20 years old. I have Liberty or Libby. Liberty Grace. There's Coley Louise, Liberty Grace. Liberty Grace is 4. The Chihuahua, Abby, and she is probably 4 as well. Those 2, Libby and Abby, are rescues. And then I have adopted just recently 2 lab pups, and their names are Rocky Bay, BAE, and Sunny Skies, and they're both females. And they have brought me a lot of joy. I really love throwing the ball with them. I was out there this morning throwing the ball. They know how to sit and shake. All my dogs know how to sit. Coley gives a high five, and the 2 labs, they can shake. I'm trying to teach them how to fetch, but it doesn't work. When I bring out the treats, they just want a treat. They don't want to go fetch the ball. They just look at me for a treat. If I send them the ball, then they will bring it the first time, but after that they don't want to bring it no more because they didn't get a reward. So I don't know what to do. Just don't know what to do. But those are my babies. I'm an empty nester, so these are my babies, and I just love them. I love them. So yes, I do have 5 dogs in the town that I live in the country. We're allowed 5 dogs. And yes, that's a lot for somebody that's frugal, but I love these babies, and they bring a lot of joy to my life. And I do not like to have things in my home unless they bring me joy, and boy, do they bring me joy. They really bring me joy. Let's see. Number 14, I do not let my laundry build up. So I'm really good most of the time, probably 99% of the time. I'm really good about undressing in the laundry room, and then you walk from the laundry room, you have to walk through the laundry room to get to the bathroom. So I'm undressing in the laundry room to go through the next door to get into the shower. So I'm real good about that. And then I always take my clothes and I either hang them up in the laundry room or they're sitting on the washer and I get dressed in there. But sometimes, like this morning, it was kind of crazy. I had to rush off to get dog food, and it was a mess. And my laundry was everywhere in my bedroom, but it just took me 2 seconds to pick it up when I got back home. So, and I don't let it build up. Like, I should probably try to wash a full load, but I do have a newer washer and dryer, and they're not supposed to use excess water. But I do think that maybe that might be the reason why I have a high electric bill. So, either I need to hang up clothes if I haven't worn them that long, or let it build up a little bit more before I wash. I guess that's an and. I should do both of those things. Save on electricity. 15. I do not have a lot of small appliances. I do have an installed microwave. I do have a gadget that can it's like an air fryer, it's a steamer, it's all in one. So you can bake, you can do everything in there. And I don't use it that often. It's a gadget that I don't really understand, and so there's that. I have my coffee makers that I told you about. I shouldn't have 2. As soon as I get rid of the pods that I have, I'm going to donate that one and stick with my coffee pot, my regular coffee pot. I have a crock pot that I use often. I cook a lot of beans. I love beans, and I love chili, and I just love so much. I love my crock pot. And then I have a hot water boiler. And this gadget is not a must-have. You can heat up water on the stove, but I love the fact that you can push a button and it lights up and it heats up the water to a boiling. You take it off, you pour it into your oatmeal, and it's done. And you've done it within like less than a minute and a half. It's great. And I don't have to use a pot. So there's that. Number 16, I don't have a junk drawer. Let me tell you, all these people that show on their channel their junk drawers and how they've organized their junk drawer. I don't have to organize a junk drawer because I don't have a junk drawer. Everything has a place, except I walked into my den this morning and there was paper everywhere, and I could not distinguish whether or not it was an important document, what it was, because it was all over the place and so many tiny things, and I had no idea what the papers were. Hopefully it wasn't anything important, because if it's important it should be in my file cabinet. But the dogs got into my desk and they chewed up everything. That's what puppies do. So I'm going to have to be better at either locking them up in their puppy room, in their dog room, or making sure they can't get into trouble, because I would hate to have to pay for a surgery. Oh, that would be awful. I know that's not going to happen with paper, but you just never know. They're structures. I have the 4 dogs that aren't old. They destruct. They just destruct unless I'm entertaining them. I do, when I'm not here, they're put into their kennels, but I do not like to put them in their kennels when I'm not here, and then at night and this and the other. I just don't like it. So I don't have a junk drawer. Number 17. I don't pay for any home services. So I don't have a maid service. I used to own a cleaning business. It did well before, but when I moved here, it didn't do so well because we're out in the country and who's going to pay for it? I live in a town that's not a wealthy town, so there's not a lot of wealth here. So people just aren't going to pay for house cleaning. And I don't pay for a dog walker. I walk my dogs, or I play with them out in the backyard. I live on a 1/4 acre, which is not that much, but it's a big backyard. And so I go out there and I play with them. I don't pay for lawn mowing service. I'm 55 years old. I mowed my own lawn a couple of days ago. It was 1,200. Was it 1,200 steps? 12. I think it was 1,200 steps. It was 5.5 miles. I think it was 1,200 steps, or 11,500. I'm not really sure, but a lot of steps. And I was exhausted, but I am not going to pay. There was this little boy, and he came over and he wanted to mow my lawn a few times ago. And I said, "No, honey, I can mow it, but thank you. I would really love to let you mow my lawn, but I'm just not going to pay for you to mow it." He's, I'll mow it for free. It's like, honey, nobody's going to mow my lawn for free. You're not going to mow my lawn for free. I'm just not going to pay for the service. So his dad came and rescued me. Thank you, Dad, for doing that. If I can do it, I'm going to do it. If I can't do it, but it doesn't have to be a professional, then Michael or somebody's going to help me with that. But I try to do everything. My next thing I'm going to tackle is the shower. It needs some caulking done around the shower pan, and then tape put around that it's a certain kind of tape so that it doesn't get like it is right now. So water gets in it and I don't like it. Anyway, I can do that, so I will. 18. I don't go to bed with dishes in the sink or my kitchen a mess. The last thing I want to do is wake up in the morning, go in there to have my oatmeal or toast and eggs or whatever, and have dishes in the sink. Oh my, I can't handle it. I just cannot handle it. And I would like to have a workspace. So I like to keep my counters cleaned off as much as possible. I do not, and with that, the kitchen is not a mess. I have a very small kitchen, and there's not a room for a mess. There's just not room for it. Just like there's not room for small appliances to be sitting out. I keep my water boiler out because it holds water, so I don't put it up. But nothing else is sitting out except, of course, the microwave because it's up in the air. And then that all-in-one thing that I told you about, that's the air fryer, the steamer, the bake, everything. It's all in one. It sits out because it's huge. It's about the same size as a microwave, but it's on my bar. Or my counter space. Number 19. I do not leave my house with it not being relatively clean. So this morning I left my house. My bedroom was a disaster with clothes and towels That was very unusual, but I went to bed and I was extremely tired last night. I got up this morning, the dogs were barking, the dogs made a mess, this, that, and the other, but they're used to having breakfast in the morning, and I needed to go find them dog food. So I left, and when I came back, it was miserable. I hated the feeling of, oh man, look at my bedroom, I've got to clean it. So I've cleaned it, my bed's made, I don't have any more clothes or towels, everything's in its place, and I'm all good on that. Number 20. And this is where, well, if I could have one serving of dishes, I would, but since I have company from time to time, especially the guy that I date, he comes most weekends. He didn't come this weekend, but most weekends he comes. I can't live with one serving. So I have a serving of 4. I have 4 plates. I think I'm down to 3 bowls, and then I have 3 salad bowls, and then I have like 6 coffee cups, and I have no idea why there's 6 coffee cups, but everything matches. Like I don't collect coffee cups or anything else. They all match, but I only use my coffee cup to make the coffee with using the K-cups. There's no reason for me to have more than, say, 1 coffee cup. So there's that. Anyway, I just don't have, there's no sense in having dishes for, more than what I have. So 4 plates. Oh, and then I had the salad plates as well, and I had the big salad bowls. But the plates are 4 and 4, and the bowls are 3 and 3, and that's just because the bigger bowls, they're just flat. They don't have a big edge to them, but I would call them bowls. I bought as a serving of 3. Everything else came together, and I've chipped one of the bowls, and I didn't like it. Why keep a bowl that's chipped? There's no reason for it. So anyway, that's 20 things that I do not have or I do not do as a minimalist light or a frugal person. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm not telling you that if you're a minimalist or a frugal person or I'm not telling you this because I think that you should do it. I'm not telling you this because think that for somehow this makes me better than everybody else. It's nothing like that. I'm just telling you what I don't do. And also it keeps me accountable in a way, because now I can review back on my list and say, I don't walk away from this house or this bedroom with clothes all over my floor. I take my clothes off in the utility room. So you get it? It's accountability. And I do not, I told you the last video, I don't want my kids having to go through mama's stuff one day. So I don't want to accumulate a lot of stuff. Anyway, thank you very much. Like and subscribe, and please come back for the next video. Appreciate it, and be kind. Bye-bye.